Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. Dabby wore the same shirt as me, and he went and changed. Dabby wore
third time, bro. It's the third fucking time.
As me. Yeah, well, it's a good shirt.
Look how excited he is to tell everybody that we had the same shirt on.
Yeah, it was funny. I got a good laugh out of it.
You already got a father, Jose. You don't need another father figure.
Well, you wore the same shirt as me. I wore this morning, so, you know, sorry. I was on camera. You weren't. I don't know what you were wearing this morning. So shout out to everyone watching us as always.
Threw out my whole fucking vibe right before the show starts.
Well, it's your fault. Stop modeling yourself after me. You know, I get it. Shout out to everyone joining us early in the chat. We appreciate you guys. 4, potentially 6 plays coming up for me on the card, and a card that when I woke up this morning, I fucking hated it. So we're going to try to figure out and try to get a winning day after a very annoying day yesterday, our first losing day in a while. Extra innings screwed us. Thank you to the Twins for coming back and making it less of a shitty day. Shout out to the Rockies again. First 5 money line cash there as well. But it's going to be a good day today, Debbie Cab. How are you doing?
I'm good. I had the A's, or I just said the A's, Jesus Christ. The Braves first 5 earlier today. They were down 4-0. Strider looked like shit, man. His fastball his velo was down. He was leaving it over the middle of the plate. I mean, when Cabrera is turning you around, you know, there's a problem there, and that was happening. 96 inside, not much movement, and just blasted. But the Braves put up 7 unanswered runs and ended up getting the win, so I'm good with it.
Yeah, I can imagine you were pissing your pants there the entire time, saying,
no, I just
Strider sucks. Oh, God.
I just chalked it up as a loss, so then you don't have to stress it.
Yeah. No, you actually do stress it because I've seen you stress it. You chalked the Rockies' team total as a loss 2 minutes into the game. So, you know,
because they suck.
Well, beating the Red Sox. So, shout out to everyone in the chat as always. Again, Timothy the Dad, Mike M. Shout out to you, my guy Rocco, Chris K, Professor Chris, J Dub, Tom C, a new member. Shout out to you, my guy Tom C, Brian Watson, Flushest TV. Shout out to you as well. Let's get into it, Dabby Cab. And I want to hear your take on this first game because this is a conflict of interest to you. These are 2 good pitchers that you like betting on, I'm sure.
I don't bet Cole that often, but I mean I do sometimes.
Well, he's a loser, that's why. And you're facing Justin Verlander here, minus 110 each way, 7.5 is the total. I'll be honest, Dabby Cab, I want to bet the Mets, and I hadn't thought about betting the Mets. But this series had split written all over it. Yankees win last night in a high-scoring affair, back and forth. Market is actually on the Mets here as I try to pull it up. 33% of the bets, 58% of the money on the Mets here. So I kind of do like the Mets here as well, but I don't know if I'm going to get there to the window. Dabby Cab, obviously Verlander and Cole. You know, I could say both are coming off of bad starts, but one much worse than the other. Verlander touched up by the Braves in a big start in the series they got swept in. Max Scherzer didn't respond. How will Verlander? And then Garrett Cole came off a 6-inning, 2 earned run performance against my Boston Red Sox where we cashed a bunch of bets against him because he's a loser. Dabby Cab, what's your take here and what do you have to say?
Man, really, I wouldn't be excited. I don't have a feel on the total or the fucking side in this game, man. This is the toughest fucking game I've looked at. You know, it was Cole's first loss, his last game, and the Yankees offense. You know, I heard shout out to our guy Jimmy. I know him and Ragu were kind of talking about the offense being decent, but they've scored 3 runs or less in 5 of their last 6 games. So I mean, it has been hurting them with the injuries. Verlander's found a way, like, you know, to in his starts, if you take out 3 of them, he'd be magnificent. But he's given up 6 in 2 of his starts and 4 in like 3 innings and another. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I was looking at them earlier though. Anyways, I was just gonna say I think Verlander is affected by the pitch clock. Honestly, we talk about that at the beginning of the season. You know, he was on the IL for a while, came back. I don't think he's able to slow the game down. So when he's in some of these tight situations, I think he's having trouble getting out of them, which is interesting to see because it's not something I've noticed before with Verlander. I guess if you wanted me to make a pick, right? And I'm not going to call it a bet because I'm not making a fucking bet. If you wanted me to make a pick, yeah, I'd probably go with Verlander. But that's because I'm a fan of Verlander. That's not even a good bet. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I got nothing on this.
Oh, I muted this whole time. I didn't know. Let him go. Let him go. Sorry, everyone. I was writing down bets for later in the card is what I was saying. So that's me. Next game on our card as we move on from Dabby Cab cackling. He's having himself a ball. Jesus.
Dude, do you know how long you went?
It was like it's a solid 5 minutes. And all I was saying literally was like, all right, give me a second. I'm writing down bets, et cetera, et cetera. I'm on Mets money line as well. So the shout out to me. Let's move on.
So through that, you said you took the Mets money line because we didn't hear that.
Yeah, Mets money line, and I was writing down odds for other things too. Mets money line -110. This is good programming. Thank you, everyone. Here all week.
That's my payback for everybody talking shit when I'm muted. If you're only on screen with me, I'm not telling you.
Shout out to everyone there. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. I actually skipped one. Rockies, Blue Jays, Orioles here. I have a bet here, Dabby Cab. I'm going to take the Baltimore Orioles team total over 4 here, -125. I've not believed in Barrios. He's pitched better, obviously. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs versus the Astros at home. On the road against the Mets, 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run. Has generally been good both ways here, but I think he gets touched up by an Orioles squad that has been hitting as of late, 11th in the last 2 weeks, 115 weighted runs created plus against righties. I would take the money line here. I just don't trust Kyle Bradish. Bradish's numbers against the Blue Jays bats are horrific. They all crush him. So I just decided to make it nice, clean, and simple. A team total over 4, -125 here for me, Dabby Cab. What do you think?
I mean, the Blue Jays are hot. They've won their last 4 road games and 8 of their last 11 overall. Baltimore's been good at home. They've won 5 of their last 7 played at home. So they're doing good at home here. Barrios is somebody that I'm not a huge fan of. Anybody that's heard me cap him for the past couple of years, he frustrates me because when he has a bad game, it's because his fucking slider backs up on him and his off speed backs up over the plate on him. And it's just hard to watch because you just know it's coming. The bombs are just coming. But yeah, he's been better. He's allowed 17 hits, but just 4 earned runs in his last 24 2/3 innings for Toronto. The Blue Jays are 4-0 in that stretch. So, the team's playing well with him. It's a whole vibe, I guess you could say. And Baltimore's still playing without Mullins, which is important. He's got the 39 RBIs on the season. You take that out of the lineup, that's pretty big. And Bradish, you touched on it too. He's allowed 3 earned runs or more in 3 of his last 4 starts, and the Orioles are just 2-2 over that span. It's Blue Jays or nothing for me, but I don't really want to bet that.
Yeah, I'll raise you your hot Blue Jays with my hot Orioles here. 5-game winning streak. And by the way, I don't know if you know this, Dabby Cab. Blue Jays against the AL East have lost 13 straight games.
No, I wouldn't just notice that. I would have to read it somewhere, which I have not done.
So, yeah, shout out to the Orioles here. Team total over 4. Being a little being passive cost me yesterday. I was fucking talking up the A's for 2 straight days. I didn't fucking bet a money line last night. I just took team totals and got fucked in the face with them. So fucking annoying. It pissed me the fuck off. All right, moving on. Team total for me, Dabby Cab, passing Rockies, Red Sox here yet again. And I'm going to be a fucking stubborn donkey piece of shit here. I bet the under last night, 9.5. It soars up to 10.5 because of the wind and the weather is blowing out here at Fenway. Who knows if this game goes, by the way, and who knows if the Yankees game goes as well, because there's supposed to be rain in the forecast in all of these games. So who knows? But the wind blowing out for both games, 10 miles an hour wind blowing out for Fenway, out to the monster as well. So Really, it seems like all you have to do is lift the ball up and it'll blow out. But I think this is going to be a lower scoring ball game still because I think that both of these offenses are truly pathetic. The only reason the game got over last night was extra innings. And of course, we were on the under there last night again. It was extremely annoying. I think that was the first over the Red Sox have had in like this whole month, it seems. So I'm taking the under here again. I took it at 9.5 and I retook it at 10.5 minus 116. Dabby Cab. I also like the Rockies first 5 money line here. But I'm a little concerned that Gomber just sucks too much ass. So
I know, bro. All I want to say is, and I don't mean this like just like put some bad vibes out there, but you just took an under with Gomber on the mound. Like,
yeah, I've been taking unders with worse pitchers, so it's just the offenses.
I mean, yeah, and everybody's different, bro, but I can't do it. That's like the whole we've had this conversation, so I'm not going to have it again. I guess you're right. Colorado took the opening series Monday night. But Gombert, I mean, you know, he's just terrible, man. He's allowing more than 3 base runners per inning. That's what I mean. That's awful. You know, that's worse than like fucking Keuchel or fucking Corbin when he was a fade. All those games, like it's like as bad as it gets. You know that, right?
Oh, I'll still ride it because the offense for the Red Sox are still as bad as it gets. It's horrible.
All right. Well, I'm off this game just because this is the worst game on the card. This is just terrible. I'd probably play Boston, maybe even the first 5 over, but I'm not betting this.
Shout out to Christopher Commentini. I fucking wish that first 5 under would have cashed last night because I was on it. Another annoying thing there. And by the way, Mike M., I was on team totals, first 5 and full game. And of course, 2-1 doesn't get a shit for that. And of course, I don't play the money line because I'm a pussy, Mike M. Los Angeles Angels Rangers here next on our card here. And I'm in a bit of a mood because I lost. It was a bad day yesterday. It was a very annoying day, like I said in Twitter. We're a most annoying day of the season by far. I'll say that. Reed Detmers versus Andrew Heaney. And it's kind of shocking how bad the Angels have been against lefties this month. Only 14 days, 2 weeks, whatever. 107 plate appearances, 66 weighted runs created plus with them this month so far. 10th this full season, 111 weighted runs created plus. So I just don't think I can trust them here, and this will surprise nobody that I like the Rangers here. It feels like every week the Rangers are the most, or should I say every day the Rangers are the most bet upon public team in America right now, according to all these bet splits. But the line has gone the other way. Minus 145 last night, now minus 136 for Andrew Heaney and the boys here. Interestingly enough, minus 166, or sorry, I don't know why I said minus 166. 66% of the tickets and 88% of the money on the Rangers here still, and the line's going towards the Angels. It doesn't make much sense to me here. I pass. I lean towards the Angels just in that regard. But ultimately, none of the X's and O's really match up for me right now.
I might bet the Rangers in the first 5 here. They've cashed the first 5 the last 2 games. I don't like the public being on it and the money going the other way, though. Or the line going the other way. You never want to see that. Texas has destroyed left-hand pitching this year. They're hitting 289 versus lefties. 66 extra base hits versus lefties. And, you know, Detmers, he's got nearly an ERA of 6 here on the road this season. I don't see any reason why the Rangers would be like the lineup where he gets right on the road. I'd expect Simeon. I'd look at, if you want to look at props in this game, if you don't want to bet aside, maybe look at Simeon's props, maybe like a base prop for Simeon. Jonah Himes hit lefties extremely well. Garcia's hit lefties extremely well. Even Seager, lefty on lefty there. He's hitting 367 versus lefties this season, which is outstanding. So maybe look at some of those props, because I'd look Rangers or pass on this one. And I might bet the Rangers in the first 5. And the first 5 over. I see Rocco drop the over 9. You can't ignore the first 5 overs for the Ranger games. They haven't stopped cashing. Even on the road when they went to Toronto, they were still cashing.
Shockingly enough here, and this is full game, obviously, first 5 could be different. 47% of the bets and 55% of the money on the under. So pretty even, but more money on the under, slightly more money on the under, shockingly enough. Seems like every day it's more money on the over here. And by the way, this total went from, let me double check here, because I had it at 9.5 last night, and now a 9. Yeah, so very interesting there. LG, thoughts on Zach Noto hitting bases? Kid's been killing it full 9 innings with the bats. I'm not a prop lord, LG, unfortunately, so I can't really help you out there.
Akbar asked me if I like the total basis or RBI. My favorite bet, if I'm betting a prop, is hits, runs, and RBIs. So if you can get like over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs at a decent price on a hitter that you like, that's what I like.
There you go. Mike M, by the way, also saying keep moving it down. He is on the over there. And Rocco saying the same thing. When he went down to 9, he took it immediately.
I think I might fire on that first 5 over here, actually, too. Honestly,
4.5? Is it a 4.5?
What?
Is it a 4.5?
Oh, if it's 4.5, I'll bet it for sure. But if I can get a good number on a 5, I'm still going to bet it.
Okay, beautiful. All right, let us know, Dabby Cab. Pittsburgh, Chicago here, and I should have made this bet earlier. I like the Pirates all day. I haven't bet it, and of course, line just drastically moves towards the Cubs or towards the Pirates. Minus 160 for the Cubs earlier today, now minus down to 138. Market-wise here, 58% of the bets, 64% of the money on the Pirates. And it made sense. And, obviously, Osvaldo Bido, whatever we're calling him, making his debut, maybe unnerved here. So maybe it should have been a team total on the Pirates. 12 last 2 weeks, 101 weighted runs created plus, 131 plate appearances there this month against lefties. And Drew Smiley's fine. He's not a very overpowering great lefty. He's just a innings eater kind of guy to me. So I definitely take the Pirates here, but I didn't move on anything yet.
These games suck today, man, so far. I'm just going to go ahead and say that. The Yankees game is a good game because you got 2 good pitchers on the mound, but I don't like it as far as betting goes. Man, this, I guess you can kind of call it a wash in the starting here for the pitchers. Pittsburgh's played better baseball, lately, especially doing the little things right, which make all the difference in the outcome of a game like this where I don't expect a ton. Pirates lineup lacks power, though. That's, what sucks. They're just quick. You look at this team, I keep going back to props. When I'm talking about props, that means I don't fucking like anything in the game, and I'm just trying to help people who bet out. I would look at maybe some stolen base props for the Pirates. They're second in baseball with in stolen bases. They're going to push the base path because, like I said, they don't have a lot of power. Pirates bullpen has been decent, 3.76 ERA over the last 10 games. Cubs bullpen, has been worse, supporting your full game Pirates if you do it, Jose. Cubs bullpen in that same time span is a 5.67 ERA. And the Pirates are averaging 5.5 runs over the last 10 compared to the Cubs, who are averaging just 2.6 runs per game. So, like I said, just 2 completely different teams playing right here.
It's interesting. I don't know. I never really got why the line was so heavy towards the Cubs to begin with. But yeah, it makes sense. To me, it makes sense of why it's moved that way. Troy saying it didn't make sense to him. I just think the books, I think the books are just a little worried or maybe worried about the Pirates' money coming in, knowing that that's the right side and making it less appealing to bet them is what I think. So let's move on here. And by the way, Mike M, real quick, before we move on, this is a classic blown lead theory play. Cubs fire off 11 runs yesterday.
I'm going to bet the first 5 over in the Rangers-Angels game. I'm not going to debate it a whole ton because I already know I like it. If I can get 5 at a decent number, I'm betting it.
All right, beautiful. Let us know what number you get it at, if you get it. Royals-Reds.
I bet it after the show, but I got you.
Royals-Reds. I have 3 bets in this game, Dabby Cab.
Gross.
First 5 under, full game under, and I'm going to take the Royals money line here, minus 105.
You crazy bastard.
Ken Lively versus Daniel Lynch. Daniel Lynch obviously has not been good this year. He's not, taking that step we all thought. But 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs against the Orioles, not bad. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned against the Colorado Rockies, who are the worst hitting team against lefties, is bad. But I believe in the Royals here. Both these offenses are horrific this month, especially 26th are the Reds against lefties and 91 plate appearances, 54 weighted runs created plus, very bad. The Royals full season against righties, the worst, and this month 26, 70 weighted runs created plus. So under City for me here, and I'm taking the Royals. Market wise is really what got me on the Royals here. 27% of the bets on the Royals, only 27% of the bets there, and 62% of the money on the Royals. Think that it's a telling sign. And on the total here, real quick, 26% of the tickets on the under, 55% of the bets on the under there. So I'm on the unders. First 5 full game. Giving the Royals to win a close ball game.
Bro, did you just start capping the market and like win like 25 units and almost get back to the black, and now you're just a market capper hands down?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, congratulations. Somebody said I'm laughing. Christopher Comencini said I'm laughing at your bets. It's not that I'm laughing at your bets. It's just like what I'm going to say. I know what I'm going to say pretty much before I say it. And it's like when it goes directly against like what you bet, it makes me laugh because I feel bad, you know, because I want you to win. I just want you to know I root for you. I've been excited watching you run this card up. I saw your card yesterday and I was just like, God damn it. You're so close, Jose. What are you fucking doing today?
It was very annoying having the first 5 or the unders lose an extra.
It was like A's, Reds, and I was like, I know how hot the A's have been and everything, and I get it. I pay attention to everything, but I was like, he's only 3 units down now, and it's like A's, Rockies. Like,
well, I mean, if I'm not a fucking safe bitch, I would have taken the A's money line in cash. So,
well, you should have.
I should have. No, you're right. It's very annoying. And by the way, Christian Comentini's laughing because I said this exact thing was going to happen on Jimmy's program today. I said, oh, Gabby Cab's on the program. I invite him on the program. He just makes fun of my bets for the whole time. And
I do not make fun of your bets, bro. You obviously didn't hear anything I just said. I said I root for you.
So there you go. See, Christopher Comentini knows. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. And I'm going to win these bets, so I'm not particularly worried as well.
I didn't make fun of them. No, I did not make fun of them, okay? And I want you to win the bets. You see, that's the attitude that you should have. It's just, look.
Camden over here.
And there's a market here that you're looking at that makes plenty of sense because I appreciate what you're looking at. It's just the Reds are the hotter team, and they're just better and I don't know, like every aspect of the game here, like as far as like what team is better at every fucking statistic or anything you want to look at, it's the Reds. They're just a better team. I think they have a better everything. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to bet this game, so I'm going to I'm going to root for you, and I'm not going to go any more into the numbers.
By the way, the Royals are in fact on an L8 right now, so this would be a record, or not record breaking, but losing streak breaking win.
They're on an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah. They now have a worse record than the Oakland A's.
And the Reds are literally young as fuck and tasting fucking being above 500, literally at the tip of their tongue. And you want to bet the fucking Royals?
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you. Akbar, appreciate it, my man. Let's go to the World Series rematch. It was fun to watch this game last night in the short clips that you get to watch in blackout areas. Josiah Gray, Framber Valdez. Again, this is another bet I probably should have made. Well, not should have made, but I bet I could make if I wasn't such a safe bitch right now. I would bet Nationals first 5 because I just believe in my guy Josiah Gray to be a good pitcher. Obviously, everyone knows about the news with Alvarez there. Jordan out for a while, but this Astros lineup still plenty good enough. Framber Valdez's a fucking dog, so I pass this game pretty easily. Even if the Nationals are pretty good against hitting lefties, this is one of the better lefties in baseball, so I stayed off this one pretty easily.
See, I agree with a lot of the things you say, man. Whether
Except
it's all
my bets,
but I still agree with your caps. Okay, so. And you're capping the market, so it really doesn't matter what I fucking think, honestly, because what you're looking at is numbers. So it
just remember, we went to a baseball game and cashed two bets.
Yeah, I know. We would have cashed all 3 if we would have went with my other one, but it was good, and we better cash more. We're gonna keep winning. I'm just telling you. I appreciate your breakdown here.
We're gonna point and laugh at me while I make the bets.
You know, I don't think Houston's gonna struggle with this Nationals lineup at all. But, you know, it's a matter of can they match him pitching wise. And I think Josiah Gray can, like you just said. His 2.63 ERA on the road this season has been something that if you've been behind, it's probably made you some money here, especially when the Nationals first 5 was like one of the most trending bets out there between good cappers, I guess you could say. But the Nationals have been winning great starts, or at least staying in the game with them, right? So I would maybe look Nationals first 5 if I was going to bet this one. And that's probably about it.
All right, fair enough. By the way, Debbie Cab, I don't know if you got this, but remember the thing we signed up for in Dallas, the money tank?
We sold our soul because they keep
Yeah.
giving me free things, which isn't real. So I know they're going to do something at some point.
Well, I got my free tickets. Shout to them. Got those in my bank. But they sent me the card associated with the account we created. So it's very nice.
Oh, we signed up for a credit card?
It wasn't a credit card. No, it's like a debit account.
Well, I don't want that either.
Yeah, I shredded the card. It was funny, though. I did get a good laugh out of this because I'm thinking Debbie Cat's getting this card right now and thinking, God damn it, we sold our souls for $12.
Hey, you caught $12. I caught $37.
Yeah, it would have been fucking $37 more than I had that day. Miami, Seattle Mariners here. Let's talk about this great pitching matchup. Yuri Perez, Luis Castillo. Jimmy was romanticizing this matchup, and I was throwing up in my mouth because it's two Dominicans. I obviously have a baseball rivalry with the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico and the United States. So I don't love it. But let me tell you, 64% of the bets on the Mariners here, only 49% of tickets, a 50-50 ticket split. Marlins getting some love here. It's a tough game for me, honestly. I've gone back and forth on this game. Their hitting stats are about the same. Last 2 weeks especially. 102 weighted runs created plus this month for the Mariners is 14th best. Marlins are at 95, which is 19th best, but not that big of a difference. Everyone would probably point to the under in this game. And you know what's funny? The Action Network, who and Akbar Saleh, shout to you where you're referencing them, has the totals money splits for all of them, except for this game. This game does not have the percentage of money. 74% of bets on the under, 26% of bets on the over. I'll refresh real quick. But very interesting there. The number has stayed the same for me. I don't know about you guys. I had it opening at 7, staying at 7. If there's a lot of money on the under here and it stayed at 7, I honestly would make me bet the over.
If there's a lot of money on the under, I'll bet that first 5 over. I don't give a fuck who's on the mound or who's hitting. 4 runs can happen at any moment in any game. It's just a couple swings away at all times. You're 4 swings away from that at any point in time in a baseball game. Not meaning it'll happen. Plenty of games go fucking 0-0 or 0-1. I'm just saying, like, it's a low total and it's a principle of the thing here on it. But, you know, the Marlins are proving kind of that they're kind of the real deal. I've been impressed with them. They've won 7 of their last 10 games, including a series win over the White Sox last weekend. And the Mariners have not been playing at all up to their potential, I would say. They've only won 4 of their last 10 games. And Perez is one of the top pitching prospects in the major leagues. For anybody who has only seen his numbers and not watched him pitch, he's outstanding. I mean, absolutely outstanding. He's only given up 4 runs in his last 4 outings. So that's 19 and 1/3 innings. He's only given up 4 runs over that span. You know, he posted the 5 shutout innings against the Angels during that time. You know, but the only thing that doesn't put me right on the Marlins is Castillo on the other side. But at plus money, I think there's value in the Marlins here. I think Castillo's outstanding plus stuff that I don't like going against.
You know, we had Noel 207 and Roger that stand up as our Dominicans in the chat. And I just sat there and just thought about the WBC game, Venezuela versus the Dominican Republic again. It was just a glorious day. Just one of my favorite days ever. That's all I thought about. Shout out to you both. And I'm starting to harbor some resentment towards Yuri Perez because I'm already pre-looking at him in a Dominican Republic jersey when the WBC comes around again. And I'm already pre-preparing for that in my head mentally. So I actually lean over with you here, too, Debbie Cab, but I'm not going to play it. I think this game's tough value-wise. I'll just take the plus 150, but nothing here for me here. I'll never forget that baseball game because I was literally just screaming cuss words as loud as I could during those home runs. And no one, this is just a beautiful thing about the WBC. It is like 74% of the crowd did not speak English and no one was understanding what I was saying. and it was a great time. It was a
You
great
know,
time.
for all the times I talk trash, like I would put my money where my mouth is if you would pay me my motherfucking steak.
Hey, September 18th.
Okay.
September 18th.
And
That's
then
what
once you owe me one more, we'll sit on that for another
actually,
6
I'll
months.
see you before. You'll be here for the UTSA game. So there you go.
There you go.
So you'll get your steak during the UTSA game that weekend. By the way, Brad Summersell is also going to be at a Rangers game when we're there. So shout out to you, Brad. Hope to see you as well. Roger that. What if they did though? They'd hate my ass. That's what would happen. Roger that. There was a lovely group of just Dominican grandpas in front of me, and they were the nicest people in the world. While I was just cussing up a storm, and this old grandpa would turn around and just look at me and say, "It's okay, my friend. Calm down, my friend. It's okay. It's just a game." And it was a good time. Shout out to that guy because it was very, very funny. So let's move on here. By the way, Nate Dogg likes Barrios for over 4.5 strikeouts there. Shout out to you, Nate Dogg. Thanks for watching. Philadelphia Phillies, Arizona Diamondbacks here. Another game that I stayed off on because my early feeling was Diamondbacks, but the market moving against it here. Minus 140, let me see, minus 135 earlier today, now minus 130. Market-wise, tickets and money all over the Diamondbacks too. 78% of the bets and 85% of the money on them. Concerning. I don't like that. Obviously, I don't know what to say about the Phillies. Dabby Cab, I asked this to someone yesterday. I forgot who it was already. Who would you rather be going forward for the rest of the year? The Philadelphia Phillies or the New York Mets?
The Padres. They're all about the same. They're all about the same.
Yeah, well, let's fight in the division here. Who do you think is better of the Phillies or the Mets?
Well, the Mets keep cheating, so probably the Mets.
Look at that guy, by the way. I kind of believe him when he said he had nothing sticky on his hands, but it's just crazy to me that we're just throwing out dudes like that. And now the Mets are fucked for 10 days. They have one less pitcher, so shout out to them.
Look, the Phillies are just not reliable, and they're back.
I can't agree with you wholeheartedly. I can never get behind them.
No, and they're back on the road where they've lost 6 of their last 9 games, and right here the Diamondbacks are one of the hottest teams in baseball. 7-3 their last 10 games. They've also won 7 out of their last 10 home games, and it's been completely jumped off by this offense that's just red hot right now. You look even more into it. Suarez pitched against Arizona last month and was absolutely fucking clobbered. He gave up 5 runs. And, Kelly is dominant here. He's only conceded 2 or fewer runs in 3 of his last 4 starts. Arizona continues to win their games with Kelly on the mound. They're 6-1 his last 7 outings. Arizona right here, especially if you can get it minus 130.
And I don't want to back the Phillies. So my bet only would be on the Phillies here, honestly. They're 4th this month against righties, 125 weighted runs created plus. But the Diamondbacks are right there against lefties. 137 weighted runs created plus and 107 plate appearances so far this month. It's a tough game. And I passed here, and I really wanted nothing to do with it, thankfully. So we move on. Apparently, I'm only interested in the bum fights as well. So let's talk about, by the way, real quick, Stacks Pod, Diamondbacks team total over 4.5. And our guy, Rocco Rogers, taking a little Diamondbacks first 5 minus 125. Brad Summersell also there as well. RVD 420 liking first 5 full game Diamondbacks. And yeah, they're the real deal, man. They really are the real deal, these Diamondbacks. It helps when you have an MVP caliber player like Corbin Carroll. He's going to finish in the top 5.
Bro, I feel like the Rangers got to win this fucking baseball game tonight. It's way early in the season to feel like that, but this game is important.
Well, I said going into the series that this was the Angels series that they had to show up and prove that they are. Well, I would say they are, but they could be a formidable force in the division, and they did that. A lot of people in the American League East will be rooting against the Rangers, Dabby Cap. The Blue Jays will be rooting against the Rangers. I'm rooting against the Rangers. A lot of people in that division want them to fall So,
And why?
Because they are probably going to be the last wild card team. Right now, they're 41-25. And as it stands right now, the Astros would be the last wild card team in 38-29.
You're way too early to start looking at that. It's not even
Well,
fucking halfway through the season.
you're not a baseball fan that has a team on the bubble, Debbie Cab. This is something I look at frequently.
I'm not a baseball fan at all. I kind of want the Rangers to win because they're home games that I can go watch.
Whatever you say. This guy loves the Rangers.
I kind of like the Padres a little bit, even though they
This
suck.
guy fucking loves the Rangers. Don't let him fucking tell you. Shout to Akbar Salev here. And Daryl Turner also on the Diamondbacks here as well. So let's move on. Let's move on here to the game of the night. Tampa Bay Rays, Oakland A's here. It was very funny. All the Moneyball comparisons that were happening last night. They were like, "This is the climax of Moneyball 2."
Yeah,
Blah
right.
blah blah. And I thought it was great. I was extremely pissed off at myself.
Every fucking baseball team, every single season is going to have a 5 to 10 game win streak. It's no matter who it is, even the worst teams.
I agree with that. I wouldn't say 10, but yes, 5 gamers happen sometimes. Yeah, a little sweep, get it hot.
Every team. No, you can't find one team that doesn't have at least 5 win streak throughout the year at some point.
Now, what are we going to do here? I mean, I thought this was a kind of an obvious spot for me personally. I think after that big emotional dump last night, the fans were out there in force like we'd been talking about for 2 days. It was a great atmosphere, fun game to watch, a game that I'll always remember, actually, for just being just a different kind of ball game and losing my fucking bets on them. I think the Rays fucking hammer them here. I think there's going to be just an emotional letdown here. Like, we won that game. We won this series, whatever. I just think the A's can go out here and kind of cruise it and get crushed by the Rays.
You said the same thing that I was thinking. Again, see, we agree sometimes. I think this might be the spot where they get the shit kicked out of them right here.
Yeah, I think that for sure. And Glasnow is the best pitcher they faced here. I know they didn't need any fucking runs to score to win last night, but I don't trust Medina.
If the Rays are going to have their fucking way with Medina, they're going to literally fucking bend him over the couch.
Yeah, I lean under in this game because I think it could be like 7-0, for example. I don't believe in Oakland scoring many runs here against the A's or against the Rays offense or defense, I should say. Glasnow will go like 6 innings, probably 7 maybe. He went 6, 1 hit. 1 earned run. I just don't believe in the A's ability to score here. And you know what? I was honestly thinking about how I would bet this game, and I was like, maybe I'd take like a A's team total under or A's first 5 team total under. If you wanted, you could bet it under 2.5 plus 105, which is crazy. That's full game, and under 1.5 for first 5, under 160. So yeah, shout out to Rocco, who I love the ERA props that people are doing here. Over 2.5 ERA for Medina, minus 125. Roka, what's Glasnow to record the win? Probably like minus 160, right?
I still wouldn't lay that. But I was going to say, this is one of those games where it's like, if you really want to bet them, obviously you've got run line options at the end of the game, but you can also look at the fucking -1 in the first 5. I got a little bit of pushback from it last time I talked about it, but it's something that I've had personal success betting this year. Cause I don't like to, the 1.5 that's a large number, but the 1, it's like, I'm not scared of a push. And if I'd lay half a run, why the fuck wouldn't I lay 1? I think the Rays are going to have their way with Medina. Like I just said, that Tampa Bay is the second best run scoring offense in baseball. They're 3rd in home runs per game. And that's going to go great here against Medina, who's given up 10 home runs in just 30 innings of baseball this season. And I think Glasnow is going to put up numbers too, just like you said. I think this Oakland offense, as much fun as everybody's having winning, they're 5th in the most strikeouts per game. And they get up to around 9.5 strikeouts per game. I think Tampa Bay is going to smash them in this game. Obviously, we could be wrong, but there it is.
What a fucking joke. I wish my book I love Bovada and Bet Online for many reasons, but the reason I don't like them is they don't have these win props. Or at least I haven't found them yet. Last night record the wins minus 115. That's a fucking joke. Like I would love to bet that shit, but I'm not gonna bet it. So, shout out to Ron Crawford joining us here as well. And I also wouldn't hate like Brian Watson saying Tampa Bay can win by 3. I wouldn't hate like a -3 here if you wanted to be ballsy here, try to get some plus money. I passed. I lean under. Let's move on to the best bet on the board, according to our guy Troy Torrance, saying the Padres are the best bet on the board here for them, as Molly the dog is ruffling around. Molly the dog, what are you doing, Molly the dog? Very interesting what Molly the dog is doing right now. Shout out to Molly the dog. And by the way, he posted on his Twitter of why. So shout out to Troy. Follow him on Twitter. Drop your Twitter while you're here, Troy. We'd appreciate that. For this game, Savali versus Waka, and I had more difficulties here because the Guardians are scoring. They're playing better offensively. 8th this month, 120 weighted runs created plus against righties. And I really do think Waka is going to regress eventually. But I just don't know when that is, and I don't trust the Padres. I've never trusted the Padres. This is Troy Torrance's Twitter. So shout out to Troy. But I just don't trust either team here. And if I had to make a bet, it honestly would be the Guardians. But I don't want to be on the opposite side of Troy when he's saying the best bet on the board is the Padres. And the money has gone towards the line is going towards the Padres here too. Market-wise, since Troy and I are both market fiends, a lot of money on them. 79% of the bets, 89% of the money on the Padres here. So, yeah, just pass. Nothing for me here. What do you think here? And shout out to Nutflush Allen joining us.
Padres offense is slowly turning that corner like right now. You said Nutflush is in there. Did he drop a bet? Oh, what up, Nutflush? I told you earlier I'm being fucking Vegas in November, Nutflush. If you text me, I'll give you the dates. We need if you can get there, and anybody that can get there, show up. That'll be during college football, which is easily my favorite fucking thing to bet on. So that's exciting.
You know what week you're going in?
Like the second week, I think.
Well, do you know like are you going for specific games to bet, or are you just going for shits and gigs?
No, not games. Going just to go for a different reason. Shits and gigs, I guess you can say. So
fair enough. I was like, oh, is Cabby going to go to Vegas to make a fucking big dog bet on Nebraska? I don't know. Just curious.
Wouldn't be on Nebraska probably, but I don't know. They've done a little bit in the offseason. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Which, by the way, I've started breaking down some of these teams and stuff. I'm getting excited for this season already. Guardians, I know they've been hitting better, but look, against Waka, they don't have good numbers. They're 9 for 44 with 2 doubles and 1 home run, a couple of RBIs. And I guess the current Padres are 7 for 33 with the pair of doubles and an RBI. God damn, I can't talk in this situation too. So, I mean, this is maybe a spot where you look at the under here, even though both teams have been hitting better. But I kind of like the Padres as a side. I looked at the Padres' first 5 heavy, but I'm not betting this game.
Agreed. Troy, and again, follow Troy on Twitter to get his breakdown on why he thinks the Padres are going to be the best bet of the day today, this so far. And by the way, Troy, we should have you on the program. I know you're a market fiend like us, so I'll DM you sometime soon, and we'll have you on a Sunday. It'll be lovely. All right.
Make sure and walk that line. It's hard to do, bro. I can't. This is the thing from Mario, the Rainbow Road. That's what it is.
White Sox Dodgers last game on the slate in the snoozer for me again here. The Dodgers, I said last night the Dodgers should beat the shit out of the White Sox. I didn't even check the score. I just assumed they beat the shit out of them. And I expect the same thing here again. Lance Lynn last night I thought sucked. And this night, and by the way, it's 5-1 yesterday. So not really a shit kicking, but cash all your bets there. The same thing I think should happen here to get today. Kershaw dominant at home, et cetera, et cetera. The White Sox are horrible against lefties. Horrible this month, 25 weighted runs created plus and 68 plate appearances. Not a big sample size, but that's horrible. But yeah, just a pass game for me. If you want to bet the Dodgers, I would just bet a -1.5, 2.5, whatever you can get, but nothing here for me.
Props on the Dodgers players right here. I mean, if you look at, they know the Clevenger well here. The current lineup is 25 for 64 with 5 doubles, 5 home runs, and 17 RBIs against him. You look at Martinez, he's 6 for 9. Will Smith is 6 for 10 with a couple of home runs. Mookie Betts is 7 for 17 with 4 RBIs. I mean, I think he's going to get hit hard here again. I know the line's huge, but it's Dodgers or pass. If you think Kershaw is going to pitch well, you go with the Dodgers. If you think he's going to give up anything, I say you go with the first 5 over, because I think the Dodgers are going to crush in this spot. And I'd look at their props, like individual player props, hitting props here.
By the way, shout out to Ron Crawford. His spreadsheet play of the day on the Yankees, and I'm on the other side. I'm on the Mets. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be a fun time. Shout out to you there, Ronnie Crawford, my guy. And when Roca Rogers types something in full caps, that's how you know he's talking serious here. Parlay Cleveland's ERA, Kershaw to get the win, biggest bet of the day. Kershaw 7+ Ks, I assume. Kershaw over 7.5 strikeouts, Dodgers money line, all that shit. So shout out to him. He does the same amount of work I do on the Red Sox. He's the same with the Dodgers, dominates those bets. And shout out to Finesse the Books, Will Smith dong shot as well here as well. And Mike M adding on. This should be a great same game parlay spot. End of the night, you start with a nerfy Dodgers and add the RBIs galore. So shout out to you guys there. A little, if I had to make a same game parlay, I'd probably agree there, you know. No run in the first inning. Get a little RBI. I don't know. Freddie Freeman, who knows? And get your Dodgers to win. It'd be a great time. So shout out to you guys there. Cab, you had a pass here?
I don't know, man. I might take the -1 in the first 5 that I saw Rick J drop in there. Like I said, I'm not scared of that number. I might take it. I also might take some of the props I was talking about. I like the bets prop that Rocco just dropped. Like I said, he's 7 for 17 against Clevenger. Will Smith is 6 for 10 with two bombs. So I might take some props here. I'm not going to do them right here. I got to look into them a little more, but I got to, whatever. You can look into them too. Anybody can. So that's the gold information I'm giving you.
All right. Beautiful work there. Dabby Cab and the chat. A great show as always with you guys. We appreciate everyone in here. TNT, Mike M, Roger that, Finesse the Books, new name in the chat. Appreciate you, my guy. Hope to see you more. Rick J, Rocco, BJ, Akbar, Salev, Christopher Commentini, BJ, Daryl Turner, all you guys in here. Nut Flush, Ronnie Crawford, spreadsheet play today. All you guys, we appreciate it for you guys joining. Let's break down our action here. Debbie Cap, I'll start with you because I know your card is short.
I'm going to go with the Rangers first 5 over, whatever the best number is I can get. I haven't bet it yet. As soon as we get out of here, I'm betting it. But I think it's over 5 from what I understand. If I can get under -130 on the 4.5, I'll take that. But if it's anything over that, I'll take the -5 or -5, whatever. The 5 runs, over 5 runs.
Yeah, Bovada has 5 -110 each way there. And our friends at Bet Online, if I could see better, 5 -120 there over. So very interesting. Shout out to you there, Dabby Cab. I'm on a double up. Well, kind of. I bet the Rockies Red Sox under 9.5 last night. And it's gone all the way up because of the rain and wind. So now it's at 10.5, or was it 10.5? I just refreshed my book, and now it's at 10. So that makes me feel a little better. But I took the 10.5 -116, as well as the 9.5 -105 from last night. Double up on the unders in Kansas City, Cincinnati. First 5 under 5 -110. First full game under 9.5 -119. And I took the Royals money line in there as well, -105. So triple up on a shit bum game there. Orioles team total over 4 -125, and going heads up against Ron Crawford, which is not my favorite thing in the world to do. And I'm sure Roger that is on his Yankees as well. New York Mets money line -110, backing your old fucking guy, Justin Verlander here. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun
How
night.
How many bets did you just say?
2, 4, 7. 7.
Nice.
Yep, it's a light day, Debbie Cab. You know how that is. Debbie
I've had
Cab,
2 bets today. What are you talking about? There's a lot.
I know. Yeah, you're carrying too many plates. Careful.
I really want to bet the Rangers first 5 money line also. I think I'm probably going to do that, but I'll tweet it out. Anybody that follows knows I'm going to tweet it. So
yeah, follow him on at Dabby Cab. How's the Medicaid Mondays going?
Shit. As far as bets go, even though we try and have fun and do stuff other than betting, the betting has been on fire. The bets that we've been giving out. Shout out to LJ and Razor. Razor's been doing the Razor's Edge. He's cashed both shows that he's been on since he started doing it. In the hockey games also, which isn't something I cap. So you got a little bit of everything. Dutch was doing the NBA. I was talking MLB. Razor's talking NHL. But it's been a lot of fun. So hopefully you've been cashing with us. I don't have the record in front of me, but we're doing well as a group, and it's nice. And we'll be there tonight, live, Wednesday nights. It's Sesh After Dark. It's a little different vibe. We're just kind of hanging out, maybe making some live bets, maybe not. I'll be watching the baseball games, so I probably will. But, just kicking it. It's a little different.
What is our mutual friend going to bet on now that his season's over? I mean, he's gonna bet on baseball now. He's gonna go back to the baseball world.
Why don't you ask him, Jose? Open that line of conversation.
I'm all good.
Healing starts with step 1.
I'm okay. Remember, it's fuck you forever. Appreciate everyone for watching. Roger that, Rick J, all you guys, Ron Crawford. Thank God a Twins cast yesterday. I was on him with you, and I'm glad it did. And he's bringing in some good notes. Home pitcher with a better FIP, 500 FIP, I guess. 5 FIP. I don't know. This is a long show. I'm getting too tired now. J-Dub, Real Deal, Finesse, The Books, Mike M, all you guys. We appreciate you guys. Follow us on Twitter at Jose Bouquett, at Dabby Cab, and watch Dabby Cab. What time does this Sesh After Dark start?
Like 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 Central, 7. I had to think for a second, bro. It's a little new. All right. 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, and 7 o'clock on the West Coast.
There you go. Beautiful work there. Dabby Cab, thanks for joining me. As always, I'll see you on Saturday. My guy, it'll be a lot of fun. Saturday, back with Dabby Cab. Till then, everyone, say hey on social media. See you guys next time.